Okay, thank you.
All right, now that the witness has been sworn, I will inquire, have you had any, have you reviewed at all any of the trial testimony by watching the trial online or any observation here in court?
I have not, sir.
Okay, have you talked to anyone else about testimony they've given during this trial?
No, I haven't.
All right, thank you for answering those questions. Ms. Beatty, if you'd like to inquire on direct, you may.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, can you please state your full name and spell your last name?
Colin Drew Nesbitt, Nesbitt.
And where do you work, sir?
The Kauai Police Department in the state of Hawaii.
How long have you worked with the Kauai Police Department?
A little more than 17 years.
And have you been in law enforcement for 17 years, or did you work in a law enforcement position prior to that?
No, that's it.
What exactly is your job title at the Kauai Police Department?
I'm currently a sergeant assigned to the Patrol Services Bureau.
All right. And prior to being a sergeant for patrol services, what was your title?
I was a detective.
Were you a detective for the Kauai Police Department in 2020?
Yes, I was.
What type of training and experience did you have to assist you in your duties as a detective?
I've had roughly 790 hours of basic academy training. And then I've had about 500 additional hours in major crimes.
And what exactly were your job duties as a detective in 2020?
I was assigned to the major crimes unit, so we handled death investigations, sex assaults, and violent crimes.
On January of 25th of 2020, did you have occasion to come into contact with two individuals named Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell?
Yes, I did.
Why did you come into contact with those two individuals on January 25th of 2020?
We were assisting Rexburg Police Department with serving a legal document for Order of Protection Act.
Can you describe what that legal document, the significance of that legal document? What was that legal document?
It was ordering Lori Vallow to bring the JJ Vallow and Tyler Ryan back to the Department of Health in Idaho.
And you made contact with Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell that day?
Yes, I did.
Where was this contact?
It was at 4141 Queen Emma Street in Princeville, Hawaii, and they were in the swimming pool area. It's a condo complex.
Okay. And approximately what time was this?
It was served at 2:39 p.m.
And when these papers were served, who was with you?
Detective Chad Cataluna and Lieutenant Christopher Collier.
And did somebody record the interaction that you had with Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was that?
Lieutenant Christopher Collier.
May I have the witness handed what's been marked as State's Exhibit 205? I also have a courtesy copy for the court, and I previously provided a copy to defense counsel yesterday. And the one with the initials goes to the witness.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, what is that?
USB drive.
All right. And do you know what is on that USB drive?
Yes, I do.
What is on that USB?
Yes, I do. Sorry.
What is on that USB drive?
Be a video of serving the legal document that we just spoke about.
And how do you know that?
It has my initials and the date on it.
Okay. And if I could be handled that exhibit? Your Honor, the state would move for admission of Exhibit 205.
Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right, Exhibit 205 is admitted.
And Your Honor, if I may publish.
Yes.
Right. Go on. Are you tapping, Lord? Ms. Vallow, you can serve. you have any questions regarding that? So it is 14:39 hours on January 25th. Any questions? You have any questions for that? No? Okay. All right, have a nice day. Have a nice day.
Sir, did you have any further interaction with Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow on January 25th beyond what was seen in that video?
And not on January 25th.
At some time after January 25th, did you have further interaction regarding Chad Daybell and
Yep.
Lori Vallow?
Yes, I did.
What day was that?
January 26th.
And why did you have further interaction with Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow on?
And Judge, just as a matter of, could we ensure that we have a clear record of the year that they're referring to? Because I think that's been left out, counsel.
Was that the next day, January 26th of 2020?
Yes, it was.
And what was the nature of that interaction?
We obtained a search warrant and we were serving that search warrant.
What was the subject of the search warrant?
It was for the person of Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell, the condo unit in Princeville, as well as their vehicle.
When you made contact with Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow on January 26th, where were they?
They were inside their vehicle.
Okay. Did they cooperate when you executed that search warrant?
Yes, they did.
And did you in fact perform a search of the vehicle?
Yes, I did.
Where was the search of the vehicle performed?
It was at our evidence warehouse.
So the vehicle was taken from the location where they were picked up, and then the vehicle, or where you made contact with them, I should say, and then the vehicle was taken to a second location.
Correct.
Okay. Did somebody take photographs of the execution of the search warrant of that vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And if I could have the witness handed what's been marked, the state's exhibit 234A through Z. There's a courtesy copy for the court, and defense counsel was provided a courtesy copy yesterday.
Thank you.
And sir, if you could just look through those and then hand them to the bailiff when you're done. Thank you, sir. Can you tell me what's depicted in State's Exhibit 234?
Those are the photos from the search warrant
And what date were those photos taken?
on the 28th, 2020, January.
So just to be clear for the record, the actual search of the vehicle took place 2 days after Chad and Lori were served with a search warrant?
That is correct.
Okay. And who took those photographs?
Our crime scene lab technician, Christian Vlauten.
Were you present when those photographs were taken?
I was.
And Your Honor, the state would move for the admission of State's Exhibit 234A through Z.
There will not be an objection from the defense, Judge.
Okay. And to make the record clear, Ms. Beatty, is that an inclusive or have you removed anything between A and Z?
I have not, Your Honor.
Okay, so thank you. Exhibit 234A through Z inclusive is admitted.
And Your Honor, I would just move to publish on the Elmo here.
You may.
Thank you. So we will start with State's Exhibit 234A. Okay, get used to this. Can you tell me what's depicted here?
No, that's the overall, the front of the vehicle that was seized.
And whose vehicle was that?
It's a rental vehicle that Chad and Lori were in.
Okay. And can you tell me what's depicted in State's Exhibit 234B?
It's an initial view of the front door driver's side and Lori Vallow's purse on the seat.
And 234C?
Close up of the same.
Okay. I'd like to pause here for a moment and ask, did you find anything of evidentiary value in Lori Vallow's purse while you were searching Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow's rental vehicle?
Yes,
Can you tell me what that is?
from the purse.
Yes, sir.
There was a cell phone in the side pocket, and there was a debit card with I think it was a BBVA Compass debit card with the name of Tyler Ryan on it.
Can you tell me what's depicted in 234D?
That's the door jamb on the driver's side between the driver's seat and the door jamb on the floor, and that's a credit card or the debit card.
234E?
That's the debit card with Tyler Ryan.
234F?
The back of the same debit card.
Thank you. Can you tell me what we're looking at in 234G?
That's the cell phone that was in the side pocket of her purse.
What was done with that cell phone after the execution of that search warrant?
All those items were shipped back to Rexburg.
Next, we're going to look at 234H.
That's the passenger side rear door initial view, and a bag on the floorboard, and then a couple bicycles in the cargo area.
Okay, and when you say a couple, how many bicycles were in the cargo area?
There were 2 total.
Were those children's bicycles or adult bicycles?
They appear to be adult bicycles.
Can you tell me what we're looking at in State's Exhibit 234I?
It's the passenger door.
Okay. And was that the front passenger door or the rear passenger door?
I'm not sure.
Okay, fair enough. I'd like to point to the bottom corner here. What was that item?
Oh, that's the bag that was on the floorboard. So that would be the rear passenger door.
Okay. $234J.
The initial overall view of the rear cargo area with suitcase, a JanSport backpack, and a couple bicycles.
Okay. $234K.
It's a Hawaii Robin Ruth handbag.
And is this the same handbag that we saw a couple photos ago on the rear passenger floorboard?
Yes, that's correct.
And did you determine what the contents of that bag were?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And then what are we seeing here in 234L?
That's overall of some of the contents that were in the bag.
Okay. Can you kind of describe what we're looking at here?
Yeah, there's in this one, there's two Apple laptops or iPads, a manila envelope and a folder and a Visions of Glory book.
Okay. $234M,
That's one of the iPads.
okay. $234N,
The second iPad.
okay. $234O,
Another iPad in a black OtterBox.
and what do we see on the back of that iPad?
JJ written in red.
Okay. $234P,
That's the other side of the iPad.
and that would be the other side of the iPad with the initials JJ on the back.
Yes, ma'am.
And let me know if you need me to zoom in here, but what are we looking at in 234Q?
That is death certificate for Leland Charles Anthony Vallow.
Do you recall how many copies of death certificates there were for Charles Vallow?
I believe there were 14 in this packet and then there was 3 in another packet, so a total of 17.
Did that seem strange to you?
Um, it's a lot, but
Sure. And what else are we looking at over here on the right-hand side?
that's a real estate paper for the condo unit that they were renting.
Okay. $234R,
Say,
I can zoom if you need me to.
yeah, I know there's 2 social security cards, one with Joshua Vallow and one with Tyler Ryan. There's I believe at the top left-hand corner is a live birth certificate for Tyler Ryan. And I can't really see the bottom one.
The bottom one. It's a little blurry here. Are you able to discern that, or do I need to, I could have it handed to you as well.
Yeah, I can see that.
We just hand him this, and just for the record, he's being handed 234R. Can you tell me what we're looking at there? On the bottom middle of 234R,
It's a birth certificate.
for who? If you're able to read that.
Honestly, I can't read it.
Okay. Are you able to tell what's on the bottom right side?
It's another birth certificate.
Uh,
And I'm sorry, it's so small that I'm
That's okay.
having a hard time reading it.
Is it possible that it could be a death certificate? On the lower right-hand side. And if you can't tell, that's completely fine.
Yes, it is from the state of Arizona.
Okay. We'll move past 234R.
Sorry.
Oh, no worries. It's a very tiny print. Thank you, sir. Moving on to 234S. See, maybe we'll turn it this way. Can you tell me what that is?
Yes, certification of birth from the state of Louisiana for Trey and Canaan Todd.
234T.
Blue Sky Property Management document for Lori Vallow, Tylee Ryan, and Joshua Vallow.
And was that, where was the property? Does this document indicate where that property was located?
Rexburg, Idaho.
And Judge, again, can I have her recite which exhibit this was?
That would be 234T. Thank you, Mr. Pryor. Okay. And all of these items were found in that blue bag?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 234U. Can you tell me what this is?
That's a letter from Chad Daybell, from Chad Daybell to Alexander Cox,
Okay. What's the date on there?
November 24th, 2019.
And what is the title under that date?
Patriarch Chad Daybell.
This was also found in the blue bag on the passenger side of the vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then 234V. Can you tell me what that is?
It's a JanSport black backpack that was found in the rear cargo area by the bicycles.
Okay. We're going to go a little out of order here. 234X.
It's a patient summary with sticky notes on top.
Okay. And do the words on those sticky notes have any significance to you?
I don't know what any of that means.
Okay. I'm going to leave it up here for a moment so the jurors can look at those sticky notes and see the words on there. Okay. Getting close to the end here, 234Y. What are these?
A silver MacBook Pro and a HP laptop.
Okay, and were those also found in the black JanSport backpack?
Yes.
All right. What's this? I'm sorry, let me read you the exhibit number. 234Z.
I believe it's the other side of the black HP laptop.
And these iPads, laptop, and cell phone, were these all sent for processing somewhere?
Yes, they were.
Where was that?
Back to the Rexburg Police Department.
The last thing I want to show you is States Exhibit 234W. What is that?
Envelope with U.S. currency
Where was that found?
in the backpack.
How much US currency is in there
All total, there was 10,500.
in cash?
Yes.
Your Honor, if I may have just a moment.
You may.
And Judge, could I ask again, the last exhibit, what number was that?
234W. Were you present when a search warrant was executed on the condo complex where they were staying?
Yes, I was.
Did you find anything of evidentiary value in that condo complex?
Yes, I did.
And let me back up just a little bit. What date was that search warrant executed?
That was condo complex. It was the 26th of January, 2020.
Okay. And did you find anything of evidentiary value?
Yes, I did.
What was that?
There was a couple rubber type wedding bands, and I don't recall what else. I believe there's only about three items taken.
When you were searching the condo complex, was there any sign that children were living there?
No, ma'am.
Was there any sign that children had ever been there?
No.
Okay. I have no further questions for this witness.
All right, Mr. Pryor, you can conduct cross-examination.
Judge, could I have exhibits 234, please?
Yes.
I was just checking. Good morning, officer.
Good morning, sir.
Now, sir, you viewed the video at the time and you saw it up at the screen, correct?
Yes, correct.
At any time during that video, did you recall Mr. Daybell making any comment?
No, I do not.
Do you recall seeing Mr. Daybell looking over to see what the papers were
Yes, I
saying?
did.
Okay. And would you interpret his actions as trying to read or understand what Ms. Vallow was being served with?
Yeah, it seemed like he was looking to see what that was.
You had an interest in seeing what this was all about, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you mentioned previously that this was an order regarding, was it a health and welfare order?
It was a order for Lori to bring the kids back to Idaho. I believe it was the Department of Health for Rexburg.
Okay, and so it was an order of custody to turn the kids, a custody order, turning the kids over to authorities back in Idaho.
Yes, sir.
So in essence, it was when Mr. Daybell would be reading it, that's what he would read, is that there was an order, custody order, saying that the kids are to be returned back to Idaho. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you discussed a little bit about the credit card that was found on the driver's side, correct?
Yes.
And who was driving that vehicle?
Lori Val.
Okay. And then the other items you said of pertinent interest were in the back seat of the vehicle, correct?
The cell phone was in the purse on the driver's seat, and then other items in the back of the vehicle. Yes.
And in this particular situation, you testified previously that Lori Vallow was the one driving the vehicle, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And then there were 3 other seats, correct?
Yes.
And where was Mr. Daybell sitting?
He was sitting in the front passenger seat.
Okay. And you found nothing of evidentiary interest on Mr. Daybell's side of the vehicle, is that right?
That is correct.
And then in terms of the, I noted that on one of the exhibits, (234B), and Judge, I may ask that the witness be handed 234B. I noticed that on the console between the seats, there's a book. Do you have any and it's terribly difficult to see that, but do you have any recollection of what that book is?
Not really.
You don't know of what faith that book comes from?
No, I don't.
Okay. Judge, can I, or Mr. Bailiff, thank you. Then you went on to talk about a blue, was it a bag or a suitcase?
There was a Hawaii Robin Ruth handbag.
Okay, and who would that be assigned to? Do you know?
I don't know.
You don't know who the owner of that bag was.
No.
And in the contents of that bag, you found what?
Uh, Most of the stuff, the death certificates, birth certificates, social security cards, 3 tablets, and um, some other items.
Okay, and where was the location of that bag?
It was in the rear passenger seat, right behind where Mr. Daybell was sitting.
Okay, and then you talked about a black backpack. Were you able to ascertain who owned the black backpack?
I was not.
Now, when you stopped the Daybells, this was a traffic stop of some kind?
Yes, it was originally.
Was there any indication that Miss Vallow was trying to flee at that point?
No, there was not.
She cooperated fully with you?
Yes, she did.
And at any time, did Mr. Daybell make any statements during that stop?
No, he did not.
Okay, did he cooperate fully with you?
Yes, sir, he did.
And there was no indication that Mr. Daybell was trying to flee at any point, is that correct?
That is correct.
Judge, may I have a moment?
Yes.
And I noticed that on Exhibit W, you had talked about the currency. Where did you locate the currency?
That was in the backpack.
And again, you don't know who owned that backpack.
I don't have definitive proof who owned the backpack.
And again, can you identify the specific items that you found in that backpack again?
There was a silver MacBook Pro and a black HP laptop.
Okay, were you able to ascertain who was the owners of those respective devices?
No, I did not.
Okay, what else did you find in the backpack?
The currency.
Okay, anything else?
There was, yes, there was like a wallet with 4 credit cards in there.
And whose credit cards were those?
Chad Daybell.
Okay. Any other items found in the backpack?
There was, yes, there was a death certificate and a marriage license.
Okay. Anything else?
Um, that's all I can recall at this time.
Judge, I have nothing else. Thank you.
All right, that'll conclude the cross-examination then. Any redirect, Ms. Beatty?
Oh, sir.
Mark, we have a brief sidebar. Just a couple of questions.
Sure.
Mr. Pryor asked you if Mr. Daybell said anything when you made contact with them in their vehicle on the 26th, correct?
Yes.
And he didn't say anything.
Not that I recall.
He didn't say, "What's this about?"
I don't remember him saying anything.
Okay. And you were asked if the defendant or Lori Vallow tried to flee, correct?
Yes, I was.
And you were contacted by the Rexburg Police Department?
Yes, I was. Well, not me directly, no.
Of course, your agency, fair to say your agency was contacted by the Rexburg Police Department.
Yes, correct.
Is that because Chad and Lori had left Idaho?
I assume so.
Okay. And just to clarify something, You were asked about whether anything of evidentiary value was found in the passenger side of the vehicle.
Yes,
Okay, was anything of evidentiary value found in the passenger side of the vehicle? Not
No.
the front seat, but the entire passenger side?
yes.
Just as a clarifying question.
Yes.
Okay. And what was that?
That was the Hawaii Robin Ruth bag with all the contents.
And was one of the contents of that bag a patriarchal blessing
Yes, it
from
was.
Chad Daybell? Okay, I have no further questions.
All right, thank you. That will conclude the testimony then of this Officer Nesbitt. Is the state intending to have him recalled
No, thank you, Your Honor.
from the defense?
Judge, there's no subpoena on this witness and I'm not calling him back.
All right, Officer Nesbitt, then you are excused. Thank you for coming in and testifying today, and you can go ahead and step down, and I'll ask the state to call another witness.